Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Delicious in Dungeon Season 1, Episode 2. So, last time, we got introduced to the world. It's a very D&D-esque universe, which is pretty cool. I love how this show is even, like, D&D, you know? But it's a lot of fun. They cooked a lot of things. It's a very chill show, but it also has that underlining story of like wanting to go and save his sister from the stomach of a dragon, and so I'm really curious how the story develops, but I also just want to see some like fun cooking meals and how we eat the things that we kill as we go through the dungeon. I do hope they do a good job with the balance of the two, because I did mention in the last video in the discussion where I loved all the cooking and everything, but we got a lot of the episode being the cooking, it felt like, last episode. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a normal thing, or how would they balance like progressing the story with them cooking food all the time, right? And don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of the show is probably, being called Delicious in Dungeon, a lot of the aspects of the show is the cooking. I just hope it's not just like 17 minutes of it is them cooking and then a few minutes of story development, right? So, but we've only seen one episode. Maybe they do it in a really fun way that I enjoy every single time, because I enjoyed the first episode. I'm just worried about it becoming repetitive, but it's probably going to be fine based off the reception I've seen for this show. So, yeah, let's jump into this episode and try to learn more about this Golden Castle dungeon place thing. Alright, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. I did switch over from what I was watching it on before to Netflix, so there will be like the Netflix logos and stuff in the beginning now, but there will still be 15 seconds of footage in the corner that you guys can sync up with. Right into the opening though this time. Nice. Oh, interesting. There was a character with like frazzled hair that I thought was like Marcel with frazzled hair, but then it went up and Marcel was above, so unless she's in that shot twice and it's just someone else that looked a little similar. Alright, let's do this. What is this? Is this past? Oh. Oh no! Her dreams. No. Oh no! Malnutrition's the real monster. All right. Oh no. Is that a thing? Basilisk, the king of snakes. Ugh. I thought it made a squishy noise. Oh shit. Oh, that cry. Oh no! Maybe save him? Oh, it's the messy haired girl I was literally just talking about. You have my babies! Oh, it's not as big as I thought it was. We had some forced perspective, didn't we? They're just always letting her get into some danger. Oh my god! What a creepy face! Can they not just fight it? It's just a distraction. Nice. Okay. Just a distraction while Senshi got set up. Alright, we gotta cook something first. While this just guy's dying of... It does. Sorry for the wait. Oh, nice. Some new party members, maybe? Senshi going ham. Victory! Hurry up. Poor Marcel. It's funny because the mages always have the bad athletics or acrobatics checks. They're just gonna deal with it. Too bad she doesn't have, like, Featherball or something, though. So we didn't get new party members, they just told them how to get stronger and then left them. Oh no. It's true she hasn't done much because they stopped her from attacking last episode. So they didn't hurt the food. Are they gonna be like monster mandrakes? It's like the Harry Potter mandrakes, nice. A well-trained dog and a leash. Oh my god. Evil! Not only cruel, but totally inefficient. There's a reason it won't work. Let me go try to find it. Oh. That's Marcia. She's so desperate to be useful. Poor Marcel. Oh no. This seems so much more work. Oh. Oh jeez, there's so many. The mandrake. Oh no. It's gonna fly the screaming mandrake into her. No. She's just trying to be useful. Boys. No. Yeah. Just gonna wait till you fight some harder monster. He's gonna eat the bat. He's bleeding it. Yeah. Tell her, Chilcha. Oh, she's back. Shorty. Hmm. Oh. Is it gonna be better? Man, I'd love to have some eggs tonight, but... I have a feeling it's gonna be good, isn't it? It's gonna be better. Oh. Nice. Oh, man. Secret path? Hmm. Nice. Nice to have a dependable rogue. Yep. It's so D&D. The amount of times I watch Kurt roll and they go in without checking the traps before the rogue gets a chance to. This is fun. Oh, jeez! He failed his roll, trying to remember the steps. Oh no! Senshi! Chaos factor! Uh. Oh! Are they gonna use... Oh. They're gonna find the oil and use it to deep fry. He's so excited. Magics. Don't worry. Oh my god! Oh, it's in his armor. Jeez. He's freaking heat-resistant dwarf. Go thrust yourself into danger for us. Correct. It worked. It's working. Oh. Nice. Oh. Ugh. Trying to set their boundaries. Nice. Such a useful room. How did he make it through all this time alone? No, I gotta teach him. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Delicious and dungeon. Alright. Cool. Yeah, watch credits. I guess the fact that it said watch credits means there's probably nothing after, typically, so... Or it said to skip them. But I usually watch them, so I shall leave it. Also, I think this is the first time we're seeing them, right? Because at the end of the last episode was the opening. I might go back to what I was watching it on before, because those subtitles had some of the pop-ups didn't have any subtitles for them. We'll see. Maybe I'll just keep watching it here. Alright. That is it, I believe, right? There's still some time left. Oh, it's just more credits. Okay. Yeah, that is it for episode 2. Very good stuff. But yeah. Sorry, I was looking at something. So we had a little bit of group trouble this episode, with the characters still getting to know each other, and I mean the three that were together before know each other well, but we still had Marcel feeling a little bit useless, you know, so she was trying to find something that she could do, because on this floor, the creatures are too easy to be destroyed. Her magic would just obliterate them, right? So they don't want her using her magic on the monsters, but then we had, what's it called? We had her, she can't use the magic on the monster. She doesn't know how to, I don't think she wants to know how to cook. I mean, she might know how to cook, but she doesn't really necessarily know how to cook monsters like Senshi does. She doesn't know how to disable traps and stuff like that. Even though she said, like, she can use magic for some trap stuff, but it's more efficient to just have Chilchuk do it. So I understand her feeling of feeling useless in certain situations. I've had that feeling when I've played some MMOs and, like, or just games in general that have classes and stuff like that. Like, sometimes my class isn't as useful. Like, I'll sometimes play a turret class if there is one often enough, and if it's a high mobility situation, sometimes the turret character isn't as good because you need to have the time to set up your turrets, and then you're moving by the time you get them set up, and it's not necessarily as good. But then there's other times where it's very useful, so you just gotta not get discouraged. But yeah, so we had that. I do like the idea that working harder for the food can sometimes pay off in it being more delicious. So by letting them scream the way that it did, it made it more tasty. Granted, because it like screamed out all of the toxins apparently, and I like the explanation of that too. But it is a little like that was a lot of work just to get one mandrake, right? I guess if you could find another way, like, she was saying it had to be pulled out at the proper angle, and I felt like she was being a little bit stubborn with that fact. I almost feel like Laios's idea of tying a long rope to it and pulling it out would have been the better call. Just leave it on the stick to yell, like, right, like, pull it out, right out from its hole, and it'll start screaming there, and just don't approach it until it stops. Granted, that screaming could cause problems if they were in like a dangerous part of the dungeon. It could lure things to them, but yeah, I mean, it certainly is a method that I think could work. I don't know if her whole thing about it being pulled out at the right angle is true, or if that was just her being stubborn, right? But I like how a lot of it was resolved this episode too. Even, you know, Marcel, they apologized to her by saying she was useless and stuff like that, and told her, like, you'll be useful when we get down to the deeper floors and we're fighting harder monsters and stuff like that. And then the argument with Senshi and Chilchuck ended up being resolved by the end of the episode as well. But their argument, you know, Senshi was just kind of, he's used to going at it alone. He's not used to working together as a group, so he just disregarded a lot, or didn't exactly follow exactly what Chilchuck was saying, and didn't follow him in the way he walked through the traps. Ended up triggering one, which, you know, is dangerous for the whole group. Like, he didn't just risk himself there. That trap he stepped on almost killed Chilchuck, you know, or at least impaled him in some way. Luckily, he dodged them. So it's one of those things that you gotta think about the group when you're in a group. You can't just think about yourself, and Senshi was thinking about himself a little bit there, and even like sending Chilchuck back in to like mess with some of the traps just to try to get some ingredients. Like, sure, you had a good meal that you don't normally get in the dungeon, but you also have to try to be safe too. And I think that's something that Senshi needs to realize. I'm really curious about how he got along without them. Like, I mean, he was able to tank the heat of that oil. Like, he had his thumb in it and it didn't bother him. So maybe he's just built different, and some of the traps just didn't bother him too much, and he was just able to survive tanking the hits of them. But yeah. Anyway, him just like walking through them all too is like, I don't know if that was just a matter of protest or whatnot, and just like investigating the fire one, I did find it funny, even though, I mean, like I just said, he does need to be careful of, you know, respect his friends and everything that he's traveling with and all that, but yeah, seeing him like find uses for the traps is a lot of fun. I do like that. Chopping up the bat with the big blade, using the fire to heat the oil in a more efficient and steady way than a campfire can, which is more unreliable and makes it difficult for boiling and or deep frying, which I actually deep fried for the first time recently. Every now and then we make these like steak. It's like an egg roll, right? Like the wraps that you use for egg rolls, but instead of the egg roll ingredients inside, you put shredded steak and cheese, and then you roll them up and deep fry them. And I was the one that cooked it more recently. And he was talking about how you get the right temperature and they cook like really quickly. It's actually crazy how fast the things deep fry. I was able to deep fry my stuff, and like I was blown away. I was like, oh, I'll do some cleaning up while I leave it in the oil. But once I put them in, I realized how fast it was cooking. It's like, oh shit, I can't leave this. I gotta pay attention to it the whole time. So, but yeah, it was fun though. The Manticore that was funny with Laya, or not Manticore. It was a shoot. I can't remember the name they used for a Basilisk. There we go. Which, not typical of what I think of when I think of Basilisk, from like games and stuff, but it's a lot like a what's the term? Shoot. Why can't I think of it? It's not a homunculus. That's not. It's like another. Damn. I can't think of the term now, but anyway, of like where you're mixing different creatures together, and stuff like that is the term that I probably would have used for that thing. That's like part chicken, part snake. But I like how he jumped in front of it and just like kind of like what you do with a bear, you make yourself seem bigger and loud and stuff like that, and scare it. But he did it with that, and can we just pretend we're not friends with them? I actually thought since that girl was in the opening, we might have seen them. I mean, maybe we'll see them again, but they weren't in for very long. I thought maybe they would join them since we saw her in the opening. Maybe the guy was in the opening too, and I didn't realize it. But nope, they just gave them some advice to get stronger and just went on their way. But yeah. I wasn't sure, to go back to what I was saying before, I wasn't sure what Laios was up to when he jumped in like that. I was like, well, you need to defeat it to be able to eat it, right? So, but he was buying time for Senshi to get behind, and then you attack both heads at once, and it gets like overwhelmed and doesn't know how to react and like panics, and makes it easier to defeat. And they also, I'm sure they don't just want to like hack away at it, right? Because they had their specific ways. They like plucked the feathers, they made one cut, put stuff, like took out the guts, put stuff inside, and then roasted it, right? So you don't want like a bunch of little cuts around the body, or that might make it harder to cook. So they probably could have just flailed at it and beat it easily, but the way that he did it kept the ingredients more intact. So, but yeah, definitely made me want eggs. I've been doing eggs at least once a week usually, and I haven't had them this week yet, but I have a salad I have to eat tonight. I've been dieting, so I've been trying to do better with what I eat, and I have a salad that if I don't eat it soon, it's gonna go bad, so I can't do eggs tonight. I gotta do the salad. But yeah, anyway. Good stuff. I think that's all I have to talk about. It was a fun episode, and I look forward to watching more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you did. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. Link is in the description below. It should be popping up on the screen. You can get 2 episodes ahead through the early access tier. Check that out. And thank you guys so much if you choose to support. And I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.